Hello, hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for joining me. My name is Dennis, and welcome to my art channel. Today, we're going to be jumping right into a watercolor painting. Nothing too crazy about this one, but I did want to talk about just painting from the heart and painting without a goal. Painting on automatic, if you will. What I mean is having this time in this place to do the painting and committing to doing the painting without having a predetermined pathway towards any predetermined outcome. I feel like the most important thing is just putting down one line. Whatever way, just one line is all you need to start. I like to use a big brush. On this painting, I actually sprayed down the paper with a bit of water first, since it is watercolor, and that helps to add a bit of fluid and fluidity to the paint. Makes the pigment run a little more and spread across the page a little bit faster. But with that, I load up my biggest brush with just a nice neutral color, and I just plop it down somewhere in the middle of the page. I'm not thinking too hard about placement or what it's going to end up being. I'm not even sure that you can still see it, but there is a line there in that spot. That first stroke was put down. But yeah, what I think is once a painting is started, a flow has begun, and all it takes is an interruption for that flow to stop. But in this free flow, all I gotta do is take some colors that feel like they match, feel like they might mix, and place them on this page in a way that feels natural, feels like it was supposed to be there all along. I feel like there isn't any simple guide to painting like this, because I feel like it just takes some practice. Going in without expectations and coming out learning what you're able to do with your subconscious. Turning off that critical mind telling you to put paint here or put paint there, but instead letting the colors do a bit more of the talking, seeing how they develop directly on the page. Put down this line of blue and move the paint around afterwards, figuring out where it needs to fill in, what looks right or feels right. I feel like there isn't necessarily one answer. Everything can work. It's just a matter of liking it yourself. I'm gonna keep pushing this paint around until I find one type of outcome that I like, but on a different day, at a different place, that outcome will be vastly different, I guess. Yeah. I don't know for sure that it would be different, right? But a lot of the times when I'm painting outside, I end up super inspired by what I actually see. A lot of times when I'm painting at my painting at a different desk or like in a different place, I paint in a smaller scale. I don't have as much of a large paper as I do here. So I feel like, a little bit of art has to be some sort of ideation towards like the perfect setup of how to create art, like what those factors are for you personally. Well, I feel like a lot of people have like a daily routine that they do to get into a certain kind of readiness, and I find that it's important to kind of know what you yourself need in order to create. I feel guilty of just not creating when conditions might not be quote unquote ideal. Like I'm on the bus and the vibrations are too great. I can't pull out a sketchbook and just start drawing, right? Something like that. That said, like all it takes is a bit of mindset to break through some of those kind of barriers, like sketching in public and any kind of fears associated with that, I suppose. But my point is still there, that you might not have that creative flow in that kind of a place with the materials and tools at possession. I feel like a lot of the time when I'm out and about, I might get inspired, but I'll just take a photo. I won't stop and try to reinterpret it into my own sketchbook or canvas, right? But run this train of thought all the way to the station. Let's finish it up. As I'm getting deeper into this painting too, I feel like it's developed quite a bit. Am I drawing like some people there, or like a bird and like a animal? I'm not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, it's easier to think about now after it's done. But yeah, painting on automation. I feel like I've added a lot of lines here, and I'm just trying to be a bit reactionary here. Not thinking too much, but just feeling for where the next line should go. Taking a step back. Maybe it's all connected. Maybe it all makes sense, but it doesn't really have to be honest. I feel like the important thing here is just that we're creating. This is some from the heart, and I hope that some of these words can be a bit of encouragement to you to create something of your own. It doesn't have to be a painting like this. Could be anything. Could be a simple doodle on a sticky note. I love doing those. Bit of a personal aside there, but you know, whether it be music, could be TIG welding. I've seen some TIG welding artists recently. This is something kind of crazy, very metal, literally, but probably a little unusual and higher material cost than some other art forms out there. I like drawing just because it's pretty cheap. Just need a pencil and some paper. Those are pretty accessible in 2025. Yeah, this paper and this paint, I feel, is done. I got my energy out. I'm starting to lose a bit of focus, thinking too much about where to put the next line, and that's a point where I feel like I need to call it. My flow is finished. And what it is, I will not say, but I would love to know what it makes you feel in those comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank y'all once again for 100 subs as well. Put out that 100 sub special last week. Please check it out. High effort video for my part. Really appreciate you guys once again. And yeah, I hope y'all have a lovely weekend. Take care. Peace.